Hey guys, this is Rockman Rocks from Backstage 360. I'm here with Roger Sadowsky from Sadowsky Basses. We're going to be talking about his new line for 2018. So without further ado, Roger Sadowsky.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Tony.
Roger.
Hi, everybody. We're absolutely thrilled to announce our new line called the Metro Express. This is a new line under our Metro line, which is our Japanese-made instruments made under the supervision of my protege, Yoshi Kikuchi. And what we've been able to do here is finally break the $2,000 mark and offer our vintage bass 5-string at $1975 and our 4 strings at $1875. They're 100% Sadowsky, Sadowsky hardware, Sadowsky preamp, Sadowsky pickups, and they're all guaranteed to be 8.9 pounds or less. And I'm just thrilled to be able to offer an instrument at this price point that's 100% Sadowsky with no compromises. So thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thanks, Roger. Also, you know, the Sadowsky line, the higher end stuff is without question some of the finest instrumentation in our business. If you haven't seen Sadowsky stuff before, get online, get your butt over here to his booth at NAMM, and help these folks out, man, because this is the best boutique bass out there.
Well, thank you.
Bar none.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm a bass player too, so I know all about Sadowskys. That's gorgeous. That's right there.
Single cut.
Yeah.
And this is our new Super J pickup, which switches from a 60s coil location to a 70s coil location.
Ah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, it is cool. That's a great finish too with the clear pick guard. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, man.
All right, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming by.
This is Rockman Rocks from Backstage 360. You heard it here first.
Got it.
Hey guys, this is Rockman Rocks from Backstage 360. We're here at the Bergantino booth with my buddy Jim Bergantino, the man, the myth, the legend behind Bergantino amps, and we're going to talk about his new 2018 lineup. Jim, thanks for giving us some time today.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you coming by. I'm Jim Bergantino from Bergantino Audio Systems, and I'd just like to give you a quick tour of our booth here at the 2018 NAMM. Over here, we start with our reference series cabs, ceramic-based ported cabinets with our reference tweeter. And after that, we have our new Forte amp on top of our HCN 410. We just came out with this several months ago. It's been doing very well for us. It's basically the little brother of our renowned B amp. Following that, underneath all the this lineup of cabinets right here represents our lightweight HDN series, which is all Neo-based with a lightweight plywood to keep the weight down. As we move over to the other side of the booth, we have our new HG 410 cabinet over here, which is basically part of our holographic series. Essentially, you see 3 woofers on the front of the cabinet, and we put one on the rear of the cabinet to give it more of a 3-dimensional sound field. It's also a sealed design to give you a nice, tight, defined bass, and it also shares our reference tweeter from the reference series. And finally, on the far side of the booth over there, we have our new vintage series, which is our NV series. More of the old school sound, the sealed design, ceramic woofers, and it gives it captures that old rock and roll or just old school sound in general. So nice mix of cabinets for everybody. We got 2 nice amplifiers. We got our B amp, which is our feature-rich amp, all DSP and embedded system based, and extended feature set that's software upgradable. And that's about it here for the NAMM show, what we have to offer, but I'd like to thank you for taking the time to stop by. Hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jim, for giving us the time. Appreciate you for keep engineering some great stuff.
Thank you very much for stopping in.
Listen, guys, if you're checking out new bass amps, Come down to Bergantino at NAMM. Check them out. Stuff is stellar. The sound, the tone, it's all there. You heard it here first on Backstage 360. This is the Rock Band. We're out of here. Guys, this is Rockman Rocks from Backstage 360. I'm here at the Friedman booth at NAMM with Dave Friedman. Dave, thanks a lot for giving us some time this morning.
No problem. How are you?
Pretty good, good. So let's talk a little bit about the whole Friedman system. How did you guys get started with?
Well, I got started in the business. God, probably when I was a pretty young kid, actually, probably back in 1988. I moved to California from Detroit originally. I'm going to make this kind of a short. I started working for a studio instrument rental company. Then I started doing guitar systems for guitar players, wiring them together and setting them up. So I had a long career of doing that. And then I also was involved in early Egnator amps in the early 90s and as a partner. And then kind of like down the road, I made my own amps after I had learned the craft, so to speak. And so primarily we have mostly hand-wired amps. And it's kind of in a more of a British vein kind of sound with able to have higher gain and lower volumes or high volumes, whatever you want. And then we also have branched out to guitars and pedals and pedal boards, but that's where I came from, and all sorts of new products.
Yeah, so
aftermarket pickups from the guitars that we're doing now, this year. We have some new pedals we're doing this year, a wah-wah pedal, a bunch of stuff.
yeah, now that distortion pedal you got, it's pretty awesome.
BEOD was a big, huge hit, the original one. This year we have a new one called a DPOD, a dual push-button overdrive that we have, and that's essentially two BEODs in a box. One's less gain, and they both have mid knobs now. So you can do kind of channel switching between sounds, toggle between them.
It's kind of cool, so you don't have to keep doing this.
Exactly. And new this year, we have our new Friedman wah that has come out. Has a buffered output you can bypass or not. True bypass other than that. It has a little 3-position sweep switch. It's voiced really cool, sounds really good.
So your Cadillac, obviously, for all the shredders, is the
big amps.
Yeah, the 100
Yeah,
watt.
yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
A lot of 100-watt amps. I mean, the flagship amp is the BE100. New this year, we come out with the BE50 Deluxe. It's truly a 3-channel amp now. Has the most features of any of our amps that we've ever had. That's brand new this year and doing really well. Let's see what else we got. We've come out with. We have a lower cost series called the Runt series that we do that has a cabinet emulated output in it. So this year we took that out of that amp and put it in a little box so anyone can buy a little cabinet emulated DI box.
Yeah, and so basically you started making custom switching systems
Yes.
for guitarists.
Yes, that's how it started. And then I had a lot of clientele and I started making amps, and then a lot of the high-end clientele have those amps now. We have a lot of signature amps with guys like Steve Stevens, Jerry Cantrell, Phil X, Bill Kelleher from Mastodon. So we have a lot of signature amps in our line also.
Right, which is great. I didn't know Steve was playing your amps, but that's good to know. Mm-hmm. For those of you people, Steve Stevens is Billy Idol's guitar player. I got introduced to you through Courtney Cox from Iron Maidens. And
Courtney plays our amps. She plays the Bill Kelleher, the Butter Slacks amp. Yep.
Yeah, she. When I heard her live for the first night with that new amp, unbelievable. All right.
It's loud here.
Yeah, well, it's NAMM, guys. Yeah. Well, all right, man. I know you're going to be busy. You got a lot of stuff to do. Thanks for giving us 5.
Okay,
you know,
cool.
This is the Rock Band from Backstage 360. You heard it here first. Hey guys, this is Rockman Rocks from Backstage 360. I'm here with Jordon. He's going to talk about his new limited edition bass. I obviously you can see it in the video, but let's talk a little bit about this, Jordan.
So this is kind of a special NAMM show for us. It's our 35th anniversary this year. And to celebrate that, we wanted to do a special instrument and something that was a little bit more accessible. This one is available directly through our dealers, and we're doing a 35-piece run of it, which is pretty cool. And it celebrates a little bit of the old and some of the new of Federa. So the old is the wood combination and the finish that we did on this. So back in the day, a really popular tone wood combination that Vinny loved was mahogany body with a quilted maple or flame maple top, maple neck, and a Palfaro fingerboard. It's a really even sounding instrument. It's not too warm and not too bright. It kind of sits right in the middle, but it gives you a really wide tonal spectrum. And Vinny loved it. So what we did on top of that was throw our acrylic finish, which is something that we've used for many years, but we threw a little bit of a tint in it. So the acrylic finish, while it's way more durable, breathes incredibly well. Back in the day, Vinny used to use an oil varnish. And oil, while it's really great in terms of looks and it gets that really rich color, you know, if you ding it, that's it. There's nothing protecting what's underneath it. So we threw a little bit of a tint in it to kind of give it that look as if it was, you know, sitting and being played for many years. So it has a nice, beautiful, warm glow to it.
I noticed you got the filter, the cut stuff.
So yeah, so this is our Federa Polk standard preamp. So the electronics kind of represents some of the new of Federa. Something that we've really been known for is our Federa Duncan dual coil pickups. These are a proprietary set of pickups that we've made with Kevin Beller at Seymour Duncan. They're essentially two jazz bass pickups in one. You can get a true single coil mode here and a dual coil humbucking mode. Sounds really full and thick and rich. And in single coil mode has a very classic single coil sound. It's going to feel and sound very familiar. Down here we have our Federa Polk standard preamp, which we've also been known for. We've designed this in collaboration with Mike Pope, an incredible bass player and engineer. 3-band EQ, volume, active and passive tone, pickup blend of course. Over here you have the coil tap. Down here you have a mid selector. So this mid pod over here can essentially switch between high and low mids. So you get some added flexibility in there. And then an active passive switch. So really, you know, simple in terms of operation, but you get a ton of flexibility. And then on the back of it, you can actually change the EQ centers for all these EQ controls. So whatever you need it to do, it'll do for you.
And the bridge?
And the bridge, this is custom made for us by Hipshot here in the USA. This is our Federa custom bridge, solid milled piece of brass, really solid heavy bridge, great mass and great sustain and tone from it. Has a quick release on the back, so for easy string change, string height and intonation of course, all the flexibility that you need and adjustability that you need. 24 fret 34-inch scale, 1.5 at the nut, beautiful carve on the back of the neck. And again, a little bit of the old. This is our older style headstock, a little bit fatter and wider. Victor Wooten, one of our well-known artists. This is the headstock you'll see on a lot of his very early Federas.
Yep.
And the older wooden butterfly, which is pretty cool. So on here we got flame maple wings and aluminum on the F.
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
For the average musician that's maybe been playing like 8-10 years and he wants to step up for one of these, what are they looking at a retail?
So on retail, these go for just over $7,000, and they're a fixed price. However, one thing that's kind of unique with Federa is that we really are a true custom shop. At Federa, you know, you can come and say, here, listen, this is the budget I'm working within. I would love to design a custom instrument. We really work hard one-on-one with customers to really get them what they need and what they want. We don't like to say so much that we'd like people to step up to a Federa, but we're here to serve you when you're ready. We want to make an instrument that you don't flip because you need another new one because I didn't like it. We want to get it right the first time and make sure that it lasts, you know, for generations.
Now, besides Victor Wooten, who else is playing your?
So many. Anthony Jackson, another one of our longtime artists. Matt Garrison, James Genus. You can see a Federa for the past, I don't even know how many years on Saturday Night Live every night. Also one of the most recorded bassists. Andy Sechon, Billy Joel's bassist, plays this every night in Madison Square Garden. The list goes on and on. Carlitos Del Puerto, great studio player. It really is so many wonderful people that have come and really have been a part of the Federa family. These are players who weren't just simply given instruments, they're customers and friends and family to us. And so it's really special, the people that we have on our roster.
So if you wanted to say round out anything for 2018 for Federa, what would you say your mission statement is this year?
Man, 2018, it's hard. 35 years, it's a big milestone for us. As we're here on the floor, we have to remind ourselves that, it's really special to be a company that has stayed in Brooklyn, for 35 years doing this handcrafting instruments. That's really rare these days. And unfortunately, a lot of our colleagues, have either had to close shop or, shift business. And so to be sustainable, and also the team that's here is sort of the new generation of Federa. Vinny and Joey have laid the foundation and have built a company, that is going to last hopefully another 35 years. So
yeah, well, I've been coming to NAMM. I think this is my 35th or 36 years. So, I mean, I remember. Yeah, I mean, I remember when these guys were in the basement.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, the stories. The show has changed a lot over the years, and we're having to even adapt. This is a new booth for us. People have known us against the wall in the corner over on the other side of the hall, and they're like, we can't find you guys. So we're getting used to that. But, it's cool to, again, be with this new generation of people, to help lead the company and make new relationships, just like Joey and Vinny did back in the day. So yeah, it's a family affair here at Federa. That's what we like to say.
And you guys, it's all about the quality of wood and the quality of tone.
You can't skimp on those things. The materials that we use, it's very important for us to find the absolute best. We tell people all the time, we lose money going through batches of wood and different materials to find, wood that is not only usable, but it's right. We want to do it right the first time. And part of that is staying small. Part of that is having incredibly high tolerances. It's a lot of the little things that make up this. It's not so much, hey, here's a spec, we hope you like it. It's so many other nuances, and doing it by hand. You can't program intuition and feeling and all that stuff, so yeah.
All right, well, cool, Jordan. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, Tony, for coming.
Yeah, no, we were right next door, and my photographer is played these things for 20 years. He's got a couple of them himself. I'm a guitar player, so
we got guitars. That's another thing.
We'll have to talk about that off air.
Yeah. So NAMM, that's another thing I should say for 2018 is our guitar line. Our first instrument was actually a guitar. Vinny's a guitar player, so we're really happy about that, and we hope people get a chance to play them and latch on.
Yeah, maybe later on in the show this week I'll stop by.
Absolutely.
After I'm done doing my thing and give it a shot.
Not a problem. We're
All
here.
right, guys, this is the Rock Man from Backstage 360. We're leaving now. You heard it from Jordon at Federa Bass Company. Guys, if you haven't checked these instruments out, you need to. This is a quality instrument that will last you a lifetime. This is Rockman Rock signing off.